Kojo, is it possible
that is local capability?
The Ghana forces, they can build this road, can they not?
Oh, they can build everything. Oh,
exactly. So I mean, I saw if we gave this to Watson and Sons Limited to clear this road, by now they would not have even reached those. The military have done this. They've cleared nearly 200 kilometers of road.
Yeah.
And you look at the site. I saw the video. Major work.
Yeah.
If they can do that in this short time, and the government says it needs to finish this by the end of 2028, you need to give it to them or perhaps some partnership.
Yeah.
Because we see how some of the contractors deal with the roads in the country.
As just to add my voice to what my other colleagues have observed, I think that the progress of work so far is commendable. As you know, the communities expect so much because of the kind of bad road we have to apply on. And so the expectation is high, and so there is pressure. However, looking at road construction that is ongoing here, I think it's a technical job. We are satisfied that the kind of work that is being done is appropriate. We can see quality that is visible, and so I think that we'll urge the contractor to stay on.
The national organizer, the MTP. Hey, Rari. Harry Nanabuache. Hey.
You use that road a lot. It's a death trap now. Now, you would have to use about 8 hours, 9 hours, in some cases, 10 hours to get to Kumasi. Why? Because we have abandoned the Kumasi Accra project, the dualisation of this road. We need money.
Update on Big Push. Current state of Isaman to Apmenim Junction or Yabio Junction, Shama District, Shama Constituency. So far, no, Bia Erishe, a year, Isaman, Ezero Core, Apmenim Junction, Golden Gate to School Hall, and Big Push, a Juma Warrior, no.
Bako Municipal Town Roads, and also construction, Egusu Gidi. Finally, under the Big Push, the Sunyani Inner Ring Road, no. Sa Berlin top kwano eka hu bi na nua me fa so me hu se cars na nam so am se de na ekoso e be start ya na enra me nam so na me hu se pim o ma go pimpinis o ma start ya o mo sha se ya sa kwano ti ene sunyane wa wunim sunyane wunim Sun City.
For those of you who know Ghana very well, if I give you the map of what we are seeking to do with Big Push, you would wish that the future comes sooner than later. You would have heard that we want to do the Kumasi Expressway,
yes,
the first of its kind. But the Kumasi Expressway opens the way to the north. And we have in the north what we call the Northern Ringway. If you pass through Kumasi, you get to Techiman. You know you can go through Wenchi, and you end up in the savannah. Through the savannah, you pass through Sawla, you link up to Wa. Very terrible road network from Sawla to Wa. From Wa, you go through Hen, Tumu, China, Navrongo, and back to Bolga. From Bolga, you can go through Nakpanduri in Boko through the Bolga Boku Promakun Road. It is the vision that His Excellency had to make sure that that ringway gives various options for people who want to travel.
And today is the day the Lord has made. Why am I saying this? Yenya, an honorable member, Honorable Isaac Adongo. Akwana he, watu kwa Ghana rough. Watre all the routes. Baby, Ghana yeye kwa ya from Accra Kumasi Expressway. Walidia kwa kosi Upper West. Or the free Northern region. Ediko a friend Upper East. Or the bar a friend Savannah region. Northeast. Edito asu be fire bedru Central region. Western North. Eko pimo voter Oti region. Ebe twom bodru bono East. Akodru hafo. Chamai. He do all. Oye no do we are greater Accra region. I'm saying, huh? Akweti Ghana kwana. Sana Big Push no agenda bi on ye. Apart from the Accra Kumasi Expressway no, the Eastern Corridor, Western Corridor, the Northern Corridor, corridors na ye no, ye bese ye shortcut kwan. Na ene you love this particular video. How was church the entire John Dramani Mahama? Yes, how can we na? I connect every cities and every capital together now. I do already say 4 years ago. Oh, the honorable as a Gadongo 4 years. And don't think a man for be war of view say. What the Mahama? O retire ugo via kwede. Adoi mu go fast kan go fast so amam for damo. Sa ko for kan na be we da so ya brante kakra. Ye check him the asie pa na de we ye de we abrante kakra nti to aso 4 years ga ho. Amam for call no enyem na me kan but say ba sa me so many problems but over peneso say o tie honorable as Gadongo how I check the reason why I don't the money Mahama be pushing all yes how can we na o for say onko extra 4 years na kan. Now that debate na ekoso abonte no yemfa Accra Kumasi Expressway phase 2 and phase 3 no yemfa ni na efama the Ghana Armed Forces the 48th Engineers Regiment and I say ye omuwie clearing na yemfa different contractor me am tie idea me support say yemfa Ghana Armed Forces ko contractors for no omu diska na nom da kofi omu guess no mo dia kwan so say minister na e ba no mu di America saba yehu they say ni yempense hunu bia think I'm a so but I don't know about you. And unti and I still catch me. Oh, comment section as but say ya connect kwan we ni na na kwan yenya ya we frefredi be say obahominga how's that be say Calvary Kenka na asentina ka tell say we ja ho nti menya ho ye fast ye what na catch me comment section as wo kwan eye he area be na oti MP be no onye ye catch me what me ambassador about the big push is coming again hey Fatu comment section nasi bo confirm me. Na we subscribe like it. Shebo dia eso eje you know we train that we are aware Maxi Billion. I will naked to the Oboga trends. And na big push no me nko be bebre because I'm here na MPP for na my man for adwa but question am for say na say looking at the job the military has done in clearing the pathway of the Accra Kumasi Expressway. Should government now trust them with a contract to build?
On local capability, I understand that the Ghana Armed Forces has practically completed the clearing of the Accra Kumasi Expressway.
Kojo, is it
That is
possible
local capability.
the Ghana Armed Forces they can build this road, can they not?
Oh, they can build everything. Oh,
Exactly. So I mean, I saw if we gave this to Watson and Sons Limited to clear this road, by now they would not have even reached those cities. The military have done this. They've cleared nearly 200 kilometers of road.
Yeah.
And you look at the site, I saw the video. Major work.
Yeah.
If they can do that in this short time, and the government says it needs to finish this by the end of 2028, you need to give it to them or perhaps some partnership.
Yeah.
Because we see how some of the contractors deal with the roads in the country. If you give it to Abuati and Sons Company Limited again,
please leave Boati and Sons alone.
or Akoto and Sons Limited, they will finish this road in 2040.
I'll tell you what, look, it's not just the speed with which they completed it, but it's also the efficiency. Because they managed to cut down the distance, right? From some over 200 kilometers to something like 170, right? They have saved a good half an hour of the journey just by, engineering solutions that they've deployed.
I have worked closely with
it's impressive
with the Ghana Armed Forces engineers, and they have some of the best technocrats in the country across the board, from their brigadier general to the colonels to the majors to the lieutenant colonels to the captains and the WOs. Some of the smartest surveyors, some of the smartest structural engineers, road engineers. Maybe if as a country we don't have enough money and enough local capability, why not re-engineer the country with the men who say for the impossible we do at once, but for a miracle give us some time.
Well, in a country where during emergencies we use the military, so when there's an emergency, we quickly will go for the military to go and fix it. Whether it's engineering, whatever it is, it tells you one thing. I mean, if I were president or if I were roads minister, I probably would say, look, get the military to do this. And oh boy, the discipline with which they will do it. Okay? If you have to do that, I mean, and if you say, oh, but at this point, you are supposed to be at 70% completion or 30%, you would have it.
You have it. There are
probably some funding caveats that have caused us to work with private contractors on this particular project, even though I can see the appeal of bringing in the military to do the whole thing. I suspect that it may not be practical, that we have to bring in some private consent
at the minimum,
because of the funding,
at the minimum,
arrangements
we can do that, because the kind of efficiency we've seen with this road clearing, it's incredible.
Phenomenal.
Look, you pay them salaries. They are the barracks. So when it comes to labor, it's fixed. They need equipment. You have given them equipment. There are some consumables like fuel. Once you pay, you give them those things. They should be able to deliver a lot of the things for you.
Funding, we're told that some $1.7 billion already ring fenced for this project.
Yeah.
The advantage you have when you have an accountant at the Ministry of Finance is that he knows how to set funds aside and make sure they do the work they're supposed to do. You see, so it's not going to be, the consolidated fund is a big fund. No. He knows that this fund is for the Accra Kumasi Expressway.
Don't touch it.
We set it aside. You get it working. So I do not think funding will be a look. If we want to use the military, we can use them. However, well, whatever happens, I think that will be better placed.
I'm say we don't trust no. Bema ohia say ye be catch say so you don't trust me. Not just once or ban what I see that. The moment someone is questioning you with trust, now there's a nipa no fault one ho. Now dwene kakra. But nkrofo clearance here o my me who be that. So when my contract and commit me 2 years, I clearance we. And go for the less than 6 months. I clearance in area. Should that even be a question? Are we not supposed to give the entire project to the Ghana Force? Now your engineers are. How much money do you better than the Ghana Force here? Maybe na Accra they want to mama report money one. What did you in Accra that Ghana Force for? But I'm on for doubt. I'm on for bizarre questions. But to me, and we are finding solution to that. Ghana Armed Forces, for me, but maybe Nimu, dear, Ebia now to you. You have a different contractor, but I don't think more than Midimudi, and ya dear Mubako left, sir. Who may then call right, what? Now, Anna, Mamindia, go moving to so me can we almost say me person mutu about mu MPs. And you remember be papa and aduane abono. Debi o. Amu osachi ka omo hwe omo kakra mada hunu ana ma no mu ye omo shara ne ye kese sa. Enti enka MP who lobby the bar come you correct. Enka you good. But MPs voting be o better a 3 months to election not with the grader. Abesi kwan so I don't know ye kwan enu 3 seconds grana nense as a throat pabu. Yempe bio. Enti on to me lobby and the road minister onam na okoto. Enti wo de wa hunu akra be hunu krum. Na what na ga say papa wo ba say hun kwan. Man ye next election me lose the blood is on your hands. Na wo ma na hu onye ko piemo Upper West MP say wo ho. Omo so omo de omo nya dwon. Omo ina ka bom because who go piemo from Wenchi Bole Sawla Road no. Onapu. Kwani yegusu ayeye ne clear. Ana MP say wo ni na. Aka omo bom say road minister. Why ni na? Road construction chief. Papa, you do all. You submit the work. You uni maduma no wo aduma no. Eti eno sa no, yeah, that's ya manfo who say look, we are giving visibility to the road. Say that be a manfo omunim say ya kwa no. Omehu.
As just to add my voice to what my other colleagues have observed, I think that the progress of work so far is commendable. As you know, the communities expect so much because of the kind of bad road we have to apply on. And so the expectation is high, and so there is pressure. However, looking at road construction that is ongoing here, I think it's a technical job. We are satisfied that the kind of work that is being done is appropriate. We can see quality that is visible, and so I think that we'll urge the contractor to stay on. I observe that it's a huge construction infrastructure, and so gravel is being fetched from the sides of the road, the vegetation around, and so on. And being an agricultural area, my emphasis is that some of these should be converted to dugouts that can be an impoundment for water, hold water for our animals to be able to survive the dry seasons, the long dry seasons that we observe here. The constructors, I'm told, have instructions to always reclaim that line. So we'll go back and have a conversation with the regional minister and then the sector minister. As part of our parliamentary report and this observation, we'll make this point. Talking to the site manager, I think he's amenable to some of these. This is really solving another problem in a very low-hanging fruit kind of dividend. And so we are hoping that we'll be able to have that influence to convert these gravel pits into water impoundments for our animals. We're also impressed with the level of employment that is created by this road construction. The site manager assures us that they will consider building skill base of these employees so that even beyond this project, they will be employable persons and youth for this country. And so far, we are happy with progress of work. We want to commend the contractor, but above all, we want to commend the Minister for Roads and his approach, which was to make sure that he goes out away from the comfort of his seat in the ministry to go out to the field and check what really is happening. And I think that triggered all these accelerated works that are ongoing. And so far it's good. If the impression is positive, we'll say it. If it's negative, we'll say it. And for me, it's positive. So I want to commend him. Thank you.
Thank you very much.
Okay.
And one of the roads are most of my viewers now complaining about is how Wenchi Sawla to our road no and robbers. So when I'm going to do any. So I can't zoom to Quaya. Quani Yenti, Casino, Papa Kakre woman in Aquanajo. And to where you know better Quine, Obacona Robbers to Quanas on so train. Send him where Cosua, Monfo, Lusu lives, ye Lusu properties. Eh, yes, a Quani, a beyo. MPs are dear to, or Massa say, signature. Atintim soon to say, road construction chief, honorable Governor Bada, Papa, almost away your money now. Now, according to the national organizer, the MPP, hey, Harry Nanabuache, hey, Nana video MPP for now. Who was a castle who are Moka, a share before? And none of Fanti for the ocean, my robber. Like, you use
that road a lot. It's a death trap now. Now, you would have to use about 8 hours, 9 hours, in some cases, 10 hours to get to Kumasi. Why? Because we have abandoned the Kumasi Accra project, the dualisation of this road. We need money, yet we have lost 22 billion Ghana cedis. There's no funding available for employment of our youth. They promised one job, 3 shifts. Now their own youth are lamenting. The NDC youth, they are lamenting. Now you have an NDC MP who said the youth should now go into Indomie selling. They are unable to provide jobs for the youth. Yet we have an institution that has caused us $1.7 billion loss, 22 billion Ghana cedis.
Who come on board as my face good board and a Bank of Ghana 22 billion. Near can want him different. Now what coaching and what free gold board no straight about the big push. Jesus, had the way mistake because the current Ghanaian voters they are very discerning enough to the extent say, and then not everything that comes from the NDC, the ruling party, and John Dramani Mama. I don't know those are not positive things about it. No. People are now behaving as citizens. Nana don't catch it. Was it not a millionaire asshole? Say Ghana no just say ye did to Yakuma so. Wahu. Mumma yen na yeso. Obi anya na famodio. No mai benya nkoso. Ghana betumpo. Ndi citizens, no spectators. Na ye be citizens we na say there be as a police na ya mo ye no mo da too much. Ye ma me na mo ton ko bi ni mo ni nika ko dwom no sa enu tam atwam ene aya ye 1 megabyte ye be check it ene Jesus for na nu kra mi primary school for go with Android phone enti ze obi let ma check you enti we am kan say gold board about 22 billion Ghana cedis na nke betima ye o say you have to spend about 8 to 10 hours traveling to Kumasi because the government has abandoned the Accra Kumasi dualisation project due to lack of funds. Yet we have lost 22 billion through gold board. So maybe can't the woman come in our home. I hear before them permission. The major mama come out the but crazy. Na be $97 million. The most expensive manhole our planet Earth. And the question, Mama, my child says, manhole, friends, digging manhole psychology. Member, Mrs. Meswa, I say, Miss Metromina, and on air, you man, person, me professional. $97 million. Now, when I must start the year of fruits. Muye, what 8 we must say, Mamma 10. 8 years, when Timanya Quaya wow started. Obi about 1.5 year. What's it the one to man win? O Mary, that's one to man read there or no more problem. But your whole song. Hey, cut out the neighborhood. In the sense, Munuano, one country and I had it. And the child won in and said, the maternal book for me pa. At the first say, you didn't say, Sikana, you did the big push road. No. The chunk of that money is coming from one institution, a gold board. According to the road minister, the finance minister, and the president himself, Sikana, the chunk of it, I did the big push. No. A straight from that same institution. Gold board now, more kizo almost say about 22 billion. Hey, gold board. A Kamen Kwan with my 3 billion, 300 billion, 500 billion. If projects in Ghana here, me who say go so near complete. Now me who say your foreign reserve and then is stable, your currency is stable, the policy rate is stable, inflation former. Me have no cause to cry. Because ni pabe didi, ni pa nyabwa. Na the first say ubeji sikano, say odi koye dime, ukoye Palugu Dam, ukoye Sky Train, ukosi National Cathedral na wanya no. Na empty no. I don't know. I say me krono wedi matem. Oh among for professor many armed robbers than thieves. Because thief you know I say obe two security no kakra. No be fa de na say de una unim nyanse went man protect hu ye. Ba robber ndi oba no hu say oboro ahonde so na o wiase gana firu nche. Me ti ase. What I say? Inti armed robber we wa. What I say we dey rob me. Na the obi two security I just say some migra no the material na no intimi protect him hu ye. Eno no say di watem. Mo de Palugu Dam 0, Sky Train 0, $2 million, $12 million. That's $40 million. Fama can $7 million. Eh say me man the $750 million na mo je ya. Mo de of anko amasa mine say one road. E kwakosi a friends asokwa intelligent. Ni na ye hu sika no be afa. Chama otumi de ne mai. But on fan the manifesto bra no. Won say hu na to work na we uko di na to see AI because we depend at eti me majai ti wa meka no wase no monka for maria ne de no de a on na me thinking kwan ya ya sha ase a ya ene de current update ma me fama me se okwan yenye ya opportunity come but once but on naked truth we oboga trust there it comes every day se me di platform no kwan de a o ka kire me a meka kire road minister but can ntem se de bia menya ntem na maka ntem edema road minister na wa ya okwan ediamo ugo people voter regime am starting from free construction eguso ekoso ewo Kweto to Aviafedome Road including Ziopitan Roads eno company friend Timeline Innovation Company Limited e be here adwuma timeline the time any obedi time no so and we time that so
Mauli. Wait,
Timeline Construction Innovation Company Limited. And yes, I know a gusu a cost of voter region. Gidi from voter. Mame for Uramu Ememedu Cape Coast to Takoradi Road dualisation no. And also kwano say four lanes home 2 enamba 2 enamanti contemporary tem obi ankrahwe obi anini lem wahu ngokora form de na mrantem form de mo ewenye champion obi anfa ne lem.
This is Ben's blog online. Update on Big Push. Current state of Esaman to Apmenim Junction or Yabio Junction. Big Push update. Shama District. Shama constituency. So far no. Bia Erishe Eye Esaman Ezero Core Apmenim Junction. Golden Gate to school hall. Na Big Push ejuma warrior no so far no ma wetum na waye ebebudroni na America say contractor no work on no da orugbo ejuma yi angasa I share road on this side and side ni nara and the wa clear ni na me bibia record camera ma nti you follow Ben's blog online there's a Big Push update no yes bro. Day in the out and the baby a salmon oroko na ozi akakobo asamasa number 2 na akoekuwie ewo Apmenim Junction or Yabio Junction. So the mayor one actually yewo junctions ebien which is Yabio Junction and Apmenim Junction na Golden Gate and so dene ewo ho nti Big Push so far Shama constituency or Shama district updates ni bi na olutre eguno se tuwonya de hwe Samana zerba bu peme wa Shama junction ba peme wa Apmenim junction ho another Yabio junction ho nti so far baby erehwe your friend na Asamasa number 2 na yedru no Asamasa number 2 na yodro no nti se basha hade so contractor no work on da all clear hade ya ozini nyama na azibi ozibegu na washa na wa yejuma ewo ho nti you follow us for more updates on Big Push projects. Thank you very much for following us.
And the 4 lanes ana yede ever sa Cape Coast to Takoradi na some information ya me dey mawi Honorable Azegadongo betetimu yi jitu wase uwie no so a bra yenko pemu awo Upper East na bakonta kwa na koso nyina mu da so yakwan ho okay bako municipal town roads and so construction egusu gidi in the Upper East region. Na ufri Upper East region na ye na udi mrika saa ka no to wase ahwa na wapem bepiem awo sunyane. Yes, watena sunyane Bono region, one of the deadliest road. Me can deadliest not just in the form of say car aircraft potholes inti kwani nyenti obenya accident and say friends the traffic light ni so David enfuntu wakwa no so ngwa no we mistake na nyankopon ani wafofi na wo asma Se wotimi nante free sa kwa no so. Ahyase kosi na wie ye kosi asie side wa. Na woda so tenkwam a wono Nyankopɔn ahyeda che 20 years aka mfie ho. Unwu da, uwa be busame. Kwani nya na China fo bi ba so na omo se omo betu se box side bi wo nyinahini. Na hwe krumo fo na ante ase. Ana China fo no se omo gugu na omo kika. Esa call back to China. Finally under the big push the Sunyani inner ring road no. Sa Berlin top kwan no e ka ho bi na nua me fa so me hu se cars na nam so me se de na ekoso e be start na enra me nam so na me hu se pim o ma wo pimpinis o ma start o mo sha se ya sa kwan no ti ene Sunyani wa wonim Sunyani wonim Sun City the most cleanest city in Ghana here uko check stars na ntisa Accra na second kra na fanasa the most cleanest just fresh air pa obenye bi ahome ba na ye kwan na nye Berlin top kwan igusu ane the under the big push coffee jobs egusu yes akwan na yes akwan from Berlin akwa go pin ba kunua ba from ba kunua ba na ya wo so say twa e da go fa adomako from adomako to enya poli bi won STU Sunyani Technical University ye wi ani atwa so Dr. Beko abisim dada na ye wo makofa new doma na ye be wum to dumasua say no ye do get aduane a be easy pa ye mfa main road mache it is say no kwanum da John Dramani mama you do all we na poverty we John Dramani mama John ababi John kwame nkruma John the joy giver we the nation builder pa obude kwan no road minister honorable Kwame governor Agbaja papa you two you do all now according to honorable Isaac Adongo or say amount for the big push na say tene enya me na me chichimu ono a wato ne boase or do for every route from Accra Kumasi Expressway number 1 2 to a friend is in the eastern corridor the western corridor the northern corridor point here for so network the entire Ghana abobom amana ba ko se bia kwan no be easier shortcut and the road I say take 5 hours you more inner ring road and not outer ring road we say road maybe now more 2 hours to that same journey maybe a more 2 hours a bit more 45 minutes until now 1 year ago come for passing air na so your passing will be so solid on the grounds you passing be okay because can be contem abantem.
For those of you who know Ghana very well, if I give you the map of what we are seeking to do with Big Push, you would wish that the future comes sooner than later. You will have heard that we want to do the Kumasi Expressway,
yes,
the first of its kind. But the Kumasi Expressway opens the way to the north. And we have in the north what we call the Northern Ringway. If you pass through Kumasi, you get to Techiman. You know you can go through Wenchi, and you end up in the savannah. Through the savannah, you pass through Sawla, you link up to Wa. Very terrible road network. From Sawla to Wa. From Wa, you go through Hen, Tumu, China, Navrongo, and back to Bolga. From Bolga, you can go through Nakpanduri in Boku, through the Bolga Boku Promakun Road. It is the vision that His Excellency had to make sure that that ringway gives various options for people who want to travel. So if you pass through Nakpanduri, you end up in Nalego. Takes you back to Gambaga, Pasenpe, and then you are back in Walwale, Dr. Mahmoud Baobian's hometown. And you can choose to go back to Tamale and to continue your journey back to Accra. The Eastern Corridor Road that we're doing, people didn't understand. If you start from Accra, you go through Akosombo. You go and appear at, Have? Yeah, at Have, you can branch to the left, and it takes you all the way to Kwando. Okay? From Kwando, you end up in Uraura, and then you are in Ketekrachi. You cross the river with a pontoon. And in fact, we want to link that space. We want to construct the longest bridge so that people can cross over to Kwandai. Okay? Then from Kwandai, you can go to Yendi. Then from Yendi, you are in Tamale.
So it's a holistic program.
It's a holistic program. You see, for those who don't want to pass there, you can pass through Hohoi, go through Kwanta to Pasa, and you are at Otidamanko, Bimbila, Yendi, back to Tamale. And those of you who want to go in the Western Corridor, You see what is happening on that stretch. Okay, so you can go to how do you call it, Kaswa? From Kaswa, you end up on the Cape Coast Road. Before you enter Cape Coast, if you want to go back to Kumasi, you can use Yamransa Junction. Pass through Fomena, not Fomena, Fosu. From Fosu, you are going back to Kumasi, or you can decide to go left and go to Obuasi.
Right.
Okay, and through Obuasi, you can come back to Kumasi. Or you can go to Takoradi. From Takoradi, you take your left, you are heading towards Asankregwa, Wenchi. You end up in Jaboso. It takes you back to Sefibi also, through Bebieni back to Kumasi. This is the road network we are trying to improve. And this is a holistic program. You don't do yearly allotments and achieve this kind of massive transformation.
The way Honorable Azigadongo can at the end too detailed. Say na John Dramani Mamba person oye ne kwane dia. Chama. That third term agenda no, if you start to talk about eni go say ma 2027 this year, nyesa papa no. I don't know as opeso obiane. Ye man the pressure for years nkan. Because the way papa no esu church e kwane mu no. I say yes. And the obvious so omunim de omoye. Na ebia ye na ye tinchen ne nya hunu to was it in ba said what is on what said mama emu ayede ayekama ayehwam no. Now the question is, should we allow the man to go for the third term? And I man encourage ogoreta go farmer. Farmer no so obetima president still no farmer. Because that other so do onyanya do that so go farmer also 50 acres. Friends say Jane so there according to the agric minister John Dramani Mama do Jane say into so chan obi a. Inti obetima the president na was high the farmer. Inti man ko third term na say nya na life man. You catch me. Ehu ya pa say sha say bobo na ye be demonstration me ya na tentem. Now Ghana Armed Forces among for say per what they have seen, the eye see, the eye saw. Yamfa project no full enfama the Ghana Armed Forces. Ebi say clear nkwanye enough. Ebi na the moment man about doubt. I think they are the best fit for the job. Same ana wadwe yo. Okwa no yaye ana yenye ya. Catch him for comment section because otena metenasia. Make him the road minister honorable Kwame Governors. Agoja papa no wati enka. Nemo no MPP for na. Na nabi the national organizer MPP or say 22 billion gold ball loss no. Enka ye Kumasi Accra bypass road na. Enka sa 11 hours aye twa no. KBC and I'm say oh no. Omo time dey na we. And I say the all can right. On can say minimum the baka tell me all conversation I say. But yen say opinions, yen say adwene, yen kan ye naked truth. Say the mekano me the old burger trends no. We na we new subscribe like share ma onua esu enya bi ehwe. Me di no e ba ko Maxi billion. Accra, bye bye.